We acknowledge that our perspectives alone cannot capture the unique experiences of those with intersecting identities. Our goal is to share useful tips, start important conversations, and learn together by sharing what we know. Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. I'm Kaylee, an ADHD neurodiversity educator and advocate. For the past several years, I've been lucky to work in employment services, higher education, and peer support, assisting fellow neurodivergent individuals working towards their goals.
Hey everyone, I'm Eliana. I'm an ADHDer who's super passionate about community building, and I'm also one of the co-founders of ND Connect. We're the global peer mentorship community by and for neurodivergent professionals. I also have more than 7 years of experience supporting neurodivergent people in the world of work and helping companies become more neuro-inclusive.
Today, we're diving into a topic that can feel a bit daunting for many of us, networking. But fear not, we are here to help guide you through it. Today, we're going to be covering what is networking, why is it important, and how do we even do it? What even is networking? I have been told it's this wonderful technique that's supposed to solve my employment stressors and magically place job opportunities in my inbox. At its core, networking is about sharing what you do, what you're passionate about, while connecting with people who can support and advance your professional journey. It doesn't always have to be formal or intimidating. It's about building and maintaining relationships that can benefit you in both your professional and personal life. Think of it as creating a network of contacts who can support each other, share valuable information, and collaborate on exciting projects. It's not just about collecting business cards. It's about building meaningful relationships where you actively support and complement each other's professional goals. For example, I never really planned to work at Dory Zenner and Associates. Someone suggested their peer support group for autistic women and non-binary individuals to come together and share our experiences and different support tools. Naturally, being neurodivergent, while in the group, I shared my passions and my interests, which involved the neurodiversity scene, of course. And little did I know that that information would be relayed to Dory when there was an opening for a new facilitator and peer support role. So fast forward a year later, I'm still running Wildflowers, a wonderful group for autistic girls and non-binary individuals on the spectrum. And also doing the social media management and super cool projects like this one. And realizing it or not, I was networking just by showing up and sharing what's important to me.
So I know what a lot of you might be thinking. Networking, yawn, or I hate networking. And trust me, I've been there too. But it really doesn't have to be so bad, and it's actually really important. I know a lot of us neurodivergent people like to understand the why behind things, so let's get into why networking is so important and how it can be absolutely game-changing for your development. First off, there's something called the hidden job market. Many job openings aren't advertised publicly. Instead, they're filled through referrals and connections, so by networking, you learn about these hidden opportunities. But it's about so much more than just the hidden job market. Let's just think about it for a second. You're way more likely to help a friend edit their resume or really champion that friend compared to a complete stranger. And it's not saying that this is necessarily how the world should work, but it's the reality of how it often does. We as humans are social creatures that care about our social relationships, and we kind of are nested in this web of other relationships. And so by situating yourself with peers, with leaders, with mentors who can really champion, sponsor, and support you, you're way more likely to be able to access opportunities that you either might not hear about or not have access to any other way. Many experts actually suggest that at least 80% of all jobs are built through a professional network connection. So if you're a job seeker, it's definitely worth your while. Networking also provides career advice and mentorship. Experienced professionals, especially ones that share lived experiences, can offer valuable insights that you just won't find in books or online courses or even Reddit threads. These connections can lead to collaborations, partnerships, inspiration, and long-term personal and career growth. For example, for me, finding a mentor with ADHD genuinely changed my life. She helped me learn tools to work with my brain instead of against it, helped me unlearn a lot of my own internalized ableism and just feel better about myself as a human being, helped me get more hope and inspiration for the future because I could see somebody who was like me 20, 30 years ahead, who was thriving in their life, which is not something that I imagined for myself at that point in time. And more meaningfully, she also really sponsored me and opened up career opportunities and other opportunities that I just wouldn't have had access to otherwise.
All right, now for the big question. How do you actually network? Start by finding people with similar interests. Creating a LinkedIn profile is a great first step. Share posts about your industry and engage with others by liking and commenting on their content. I find it really helpful to have points of similarity, things we're both passionate about, types of projects we've both worked on, and similarity can also be things that we've both struggled with. Having common ground makes it a lot easier to maintain the conversation and make genuine connections. For example, I get to do a lot of networking in person through my business Neuroinclusivity. I've attended summits and conferences and just like these cool spaces where I get to hang out with other neurodivergent people and we can share our ideas and lived experiences. Someone once told me that it's more important to listen with the intent of understanding than to listen with the intent to reply. And that's really stuck with me, and I definitely get a lot more out of conversations when my intention is to understand rather than to say what I think they want to hear and please them. It's scary, I know. If I just came on here and was like, here's the solution to all your employment stressors, go out there and tell people you're interested, I would be giving some pretty bad advice. So trust me when I say I get it. And one thing I like to keep in mind is when you are connecting with others in a professional, semi-professional, or even casual environment, and you're nervous, chances are the other person is usually really nervous too. Even those who seem like they have it like all together, calm, cool, and collected, they feel it too. So there's some comfort in knowing that other people are also stressed. And stress is a good sign because it means something is important to you. So if you're stressed about a conversation, that's a good thing. It shows that it is meaningful and something you hope goes well. Without stress, we wouldn't be all that motivated. Also, it's okay to feel anxious the whole time you do it because both can exist. We can be anxious during a social interaction, but also like completely crush it. They don't have to exist as one or the other.
So I'm of course a bit biased, but platforms like ND Connect can seriously be incredibly helpful in helping you find meaningful relationships that help you get to where you want to go. ND Connect is the peer mentorship community by and for neurodivergent professionals. So on ND Connect, you can find mentors, friends, and an authentic, supportive community that gets you and actually wants to help you thrive. Our whole goal is to redefine how neurodivergent people network and make this kind of stuff easier because we know as neurodivergent people ourselves that it can be really, really hard. But this direct referral and mentorship from peers and industry leaders can open doors to meaningful employment opportunities, professional and personal growth that you just wouldn't be able to get anywhere else. We've already seen this working in our community in just the year that we've been doing it. Over the past 6 months, we've seen people get job offers, interviews, get support building their online portfolio, explore career pathways that they never otherwise would have even considered for themselves, make friends, meet up in person. It's just been incredible seeing people thrive, and I'm so proud that we've been able to create something like that. But there's also other platforms too. There's ADP List if you're a UX designer. There's, just look up peer mentorship platforms or industry mentorship platforms, and that can be a really good place to start. The other thing that you can do, of course, is use more traditional networking platforms like LinkedIn. And I think for anything like this, or just when networking in general, there really is a better approach that is what I've learned from my own experiences. Of course, I'm only speaking from my experiences, but this is sort of the advice that I would give to you if this is something that you're looking to do, is not viewing networking as this transactional relationship where you have a specific goal in mind and one specific thing that you're trying to get from whatever connection you're reaching out to, but instead really approaching it from the perspective of, I want to build authentic connections and meaningful relationships with people. Not every connection is going to pan out, and it's going to take me time to build my network. Like, that's the reality, is it's not something that happens like that. It's something that takes meeting a lot of people and seeing who you do click with and who you don't click with. But no matter what, just really leading with that like authentic, genuine interest in another person versus, hey, this is who I am, this is my elevator pitch, like, that's really, I think, what will help you form relationships where people really do want to champion you and support you and help you along your journey. And they're also a lot more fun to have conversations like that versus approaching networking as like, we're both business people in our business people suits. But anyways, remember to follow your passions and interests. It takes time, but you've got this. Be authentic and curious, express gratitude for the support you get, and nurture those relationships by reaching out, whether you're somebody who needs those structured reminders in your calendar to help you out, or whether you're more somebody who's go with the flow based off of how your energy is feeling. This way, you'll find like-minded people who support your work, and that's really what networking is all about. Hopefully, you'll have some fun along the way.
You can find a free resource for this episode on our website at doryzenner.com. There's one for each episode in this series, so please do check those out. If you found this episode helpful, please tap that like button and subscribe for more neuroaffirming content on autism and healthy living. And truly, genuinely reach out to us on our socials. We love to hear from you. You'll also be able to connect with other actually autistic folks there. Until next time, take care and stay well.